So, you suck at hopping logs. Well, today I'm going to give you some tips to improve your skills and take your riding to the next level.
And here he is, Jeff Lanoski.
My name is Jeff Lanoski, and I've been riding professionally for over 25 years. I started out as a bike trial specialist trying to ride my bike over everything in my path, and I mean everything. Nowadays, I enjoy tackling the most technical mountain bike trails I could find, and if those aren't difficult enough, I'll make up my own. I love sharing my knowledge with fellow riders to help them improve their skills. Ride with me, and I'll show you how to be a trail boss.
Riding over obstacles on a trail can be challenging. Obstacles come in all different shapes and sizes, so having a repeatable technique will give you your best chance of success. Bunny hopping is a great technique to get over obstacles when you have a smooth, flat, predictable surface and plenty of speed. But on a mountain bike trail, that's not always very realistic. For the sake of this video, I titled it log hopping, but the technique for all different types of obstacles is the same. The skill I like to use for this stuff is called the punch. Let's talk about a brief overview of this skill. To do a punch, roll at an obstacle and then lift your front tire so that it makes contact with the surface of what you're trying to get onto. When this happens, your bike slows down and your body continues moving forward. This action will allow you to coil into your handlebars momentarily, and at the same time you should be loading through your pedals so that you can quickly spring up and push your handlebars away from you. This sequence will allow you to lift your rear wheel and get up over the obstacle. The punch takes a lot of practice to master, but fortunately you can work on this skill on smaller obstacles to get your timing dialed, and a log is a perfect obstacle to work on because the round shape is very forgiving and the wood won't damage your bike. The number one mistake I see when people have trouble riding over things on their mountain bike is using the wrong method to lift your front wheel. Now I know this sounds super simple since you're just lifting your front wheel, but when you lift your front wheel using a manual lift, which is shifting your weight down and back, it gets all your weight behind the rear axle and it makes it too hard to bring it forward in order to push the bike away from you in the second part of the move. To lift your wheel properly, use a preload and lift. Now that method's only good for holding your front end in the air for a split second, but that's all you'll need. And then once it makes contact, you'll be centered over the cranks and ready to spring forward to keep that forward momentum going. The next mistake I see riders make is not unweighting their rear wheel. Now I see a lot of people lift their front wheel to get it on a log and then they don't do anything to help their back tire get up and over. So when you hop off your pedals, it helps your rear wheel get over smaller obstacles, and it's essential for larger ones. Having your front wheel higher than your rear wheel puts you in an ideal position to hop off the pedals and unweight them. So take advantage of that ideal bike and body position and get your rear wheel in the air. Last but not least, I see way too many riders putting their wheel on the top of the obstacle. When you're just learning to punch, placing your front wheel on top of an obstacle won't play too huge of a role because you won't be doing anything super high, but placement is still super important. You always want to try to get your wheel as close to the front edge as possible just to give your back a split second longer before it makes contact with the obstacle that you're trying to get onto. Once you start going over taller obstacles, 12 inches and higher, putting your front tire directly on top of the obstacle only makes it more difficult. So by spotting closer to the corner or on a log, the front face of it, it allows you to shrink the height of what you're trying to get onto by 4 to 6 inches, making the move a lot easier. Learning to do the punch on your mountain bike can unlock a whole extra level to your riding. Whether it's out of a turn, on an uphill, downhill, the punch is my most used move to get over technical trail features. Thanks for checking out this video. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing, and I'll also put a link to my private Facebook group in the description below. It's a great place to talk about all things bikes with like-minded riders and to receive online coaching from me. So that's it for now. Until next time, get out there and be a boss.